So what's the most superior version of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3? Well, in today's video, we are going to figure that out. We're going to be comparing the PlayStation 1 game versus the PlayStation 2 game versus the Nintendo 64 version of the game. Starting off with probably the most noticeable difference between all the games, which is the graphics. I think it's pretty obvious. I think we all know that the PS2 version between the three of these is gonna have better graphics. The PS2 console just has better hardware in general. But we're still gonna compare them anyways. Starting with the one and only PlayStation 1 copy. Now, the graphics of this game is definitely not bad. Pretty pixelated if you ask me, but not bad. They're definitely doable. You can definitely play with this. Now, one thing that is in this version that I kind of only noticed in this version was there's a good amount of fog throughout the skate areas. A lot of fog to kind of hide the shitty render distance, I guess. But honestly, in situations like Los Angeles, I think the fog adds a bit of atmosphere to it. I honestly kind of like it. What can I say, dude? The PS1 graphics are not that fucking bad. Of course, moving on to the PlayStation 2 version, which is my childhood version. I used to play this game all the fucking time, man. And I think it's non-debatable. The PlayStation 2 graphics of this game is super fucking smooth, super clean, super crispy. I don't know what other describing words you can use for it, but it is very, very nice. Next up, the Nintendo 64 version. Now for this video, this is the first time I've ever played this game on Nintendo 64, the very first time I've ever played it. And my first impressions, the graphics are not that bad. And honestly, if I'm gonna be straight up with you, it seems, at least to me, it seems a little less pixelated than the PS1 version. The graphics just seem a little bit better on the Nintendo 64. I don't know if that's just me. It probably is, but that's just what I noticed when I played this for the first time. And also, I don't know what the fuck is going on the side of my screen as I was playing. Look at this dude, ruining my shot. Do you know how loud your collar is? So we all know the PS2 version is superior in the department of graphics, so we're gonna give the PS2 version of the game a point on the board. So now we're gonna move on to the next category, the content itself. So all these games have career mode, free skate, park editor, cheat codes, all that juicy shit. These all have that, but they also have some differences. So one thing I noticed when I played through the PS1 game when it comes to the content, you all know in the PS2 version, the Rio level is just called Rio, but apparently in this game, it's called Rio de Janeiro. So that's one of the changes I noticed. And I never even got to that part because I had to play the career mode and I only made it to Los Angeles. But I don't think we really need to play through every single mission to kind of compare all the versions, you know what I mean? So the content in the PS2 version, now this version has the most content, I would say. It has the usual stuff, as well as a couple extra missions, like Cruise Ship, that's a exclusive mission to the PS2 version, as well as it has one of the best demos ever, the demo of Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder. I used to play that demo all the time as a kid. The soundtrack in that game is fucking flames. And I even have the actual game itself. Nobody changed my mind. Alright, so the content on the Nintendo 64 version, I noticed this instantly when I plopped this baby in. So you know the intro from the PS2 version and PS1 version where it has the live action footage of, introducing all of the pro skaters. So the Nintendo 64 version of that intro, it's not even live action, man. There's not one part of live action. It's all just straight up gameplay of you introducing the pro skaters. It's all actual just gameplay. It's not live action. And let me tell you, this just feels so so shit. It just feels so so rushed. I don't know why they did that. Like, the live action intro is fucking awesome. They ported it to the PS1. I don't know why the Nintendo 64 version is different. It's just shit. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. So in the category of content, we all know the PS2 gets another point on the board just for having the most content of the three. Moving on to the last category of the... Oh, baby Brady. What the fuck do you want?
Yo, Brady, what the fuck are you watching on your TV in the background?
Oh, yeah, you see? I'm watching Jesse Easton.
No way.
Yeah, I've been watching him lately. I watch him all the time, actually. You should tune in. Yeah, guys, also... yeah, thank you for reminding me, baby Brady. I do have a vlog on my other channel. It's out now. If you want to check it out, I'll have it linked in the description. It's basically a vlog, me and my homies hanging out. We went to Mall of America. If you want some different kind of content from me, then you can go peep it out.
Yo, why are you putting your hands there?
Brady?
Oh shit.
What'd you do, Brady?
I was trying to open the back room. It's not. That was it.
What is he looking at?
All right, so the controls in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on the PlayStation 1, it's pretty fucking raggedy, man. It is pretty raggedy, I must say. But you can still have fun with it. It's still playable. It definitely is still playable. It's raggedy though. Of course, we shouldn't really be surprised. But another thing I noticed about the kind of controls is I don't know if this is like a content type of category type thing, but there's no such thing as a double or triple kickflip or heel flip in this game. Unlike in the PS2 version where you can do double and triples. That's something I noticed, which is honestly kind of an L. I do really like pulling off some double and triples. The PS2 version. Controls, I don't even need to say. I think you all know. The controls in this game are practically S tier. The flow is so you can flow so good in this game. You can pull combos in so many satisfying ways. You can flow between combos and bro, it's just amazing how they basically perfected the controls of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater in this game. In my opinion though, I do like Underground 2 better. That's my top tier. Underground 2, American Wasteland, Underground 1. That is kind of my absolute S tier controls situation that they have with the Tony Hawk series. But Pro Skater 3 is very, very good though, I must say. Also, the menu screen just flows like so well, like in the skate shop on the menu. It flows so well as you're, going through the different menus. I just thought I should point that out. It's fucking awesome. So Nintendo 64. We're gonna compare this to PS1 because obviously you can't really compare this to PS2 as of right now. The controls of this game is more smooth than the PlayStation 1 version, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels more smooth to play. And obviously you know what the Nintendo 64 controller looks like, so you wouldn't really expect that as of course, when it comes to me, when I barely use that fucking Nintendo 64 controller compared to the PS1. But the controls are more smooth in this game, man. I can't really explain it to you. One thing I did want to mention is I could not figure out how to grind in this game for like 15 minutes. And turns out the way you grind in the Nintendo 64 version is you press the top left and the very top yellow buttons at the exact same time in order to grind. And I'm not gonna lie, my whole entire life I've played Nintendo 64. I've never used the yellow buttons, never. So it came to a surprise to me. So at the end of the day, when it comes to controls, the PS2 version reigns supreme once again, adding another point to the board. So to conclude, out of the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and Nintendo 64 versions of the game, the PlayStation 2 reigns supreme with 3 points out of the 3 categories. It basically beat everything else. Of course, I mean, obviously it's the better system and better console. And I know this is kind of like not really a fair comparison, so we're just gonna compare, after we did that, obviously the PS2 reigns supreme. Let's compare PS1 versus Nintendo 64. I would have to say the PS1 reigns supreme over Nintendo 64. Now sure, the Nintendo 64 may feel more smooth with the controls, the graphics might be a little less pixelated, but the PS1 in general is just better in my opinion. And I know that there is more versions to this game besides these three, but these are the only three that I have, so that's why we're kind of only comparing these in the video, just so y'all know. And yeah, man, in the comment section below, let me know, did you play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 as a kid? If so, what version was it? Was it any of these? Was it any other kind of version? Let me know in the comments, I'm curious. Shout out to Baby Brady once again for reminding me about the vlog we filmed with the homie Jesse when I went to Nick's house. And yeah, man, been appreciating the support on the channel. I hope you all are enjoying the content on here. If you want to give me any tips on how to better these videos, I would gladly like to listen to you in the comments. But hey, other than that, thank you so much. Subscribe for more retro gaming content once per week over here. And I'm gonna play some fucking Pro Skater 3. So we'll catch you next time on The Brady Show. Peace out, peeps.
If you must, or else to be funky.